guys, I hope everybody's having a really good week this week. So this week, what's popping and dropping is a tag card with a pop-up message that we're going to put on here. So let's go ahead and head over to Design Space so we can see all the goodies we're going to get in the file. I'll meet you there. Okay guys, here we are in the tag card with pop-up message file. These are all the basic pieces that you're going to be getting in this file. If you want, you can add any additional pieces that you would like to add. Don't forget to go up and name and save your project. And if you'd like, we can go ahead and get these pieces cut out, and I'll meet you at the craft table and we'll put this together. I'll see you there. Okay guys, now that we are back at the craft table, why don't we get out our mechanism piece, our base for our tag card, and then all of our pretty pieces we're going to put on top of it. Let's take our base, which is going to be my tan piece here, and this part that comes in the file. And what we can do is just go ahead and work those two score lines. Now that we have our little connector folded and worked, we can get our two pieces that will be our base of our card, and they will lay like so. And we're just going to line this up in the center of our card as best as we can. And I'm going to bump it up to that score line there, like so. And then it's going to look like that on the back. And so we're just going to put some glue on it and adhere it to our card. So let's do that. And we're just going to do the same thing to the other side. Put some glue on it and then bump it right up to that score line and just kind of keep it even. So when the back is done, you'll have something that looks like that. And now we're just going to put our pretty paper on, and that will cover up most of our connector here. So you really won't notice it. And it will just line up with that hole right there. And then we have a little pretty piece we can put around the hole if you want to do that too. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so we have our piece done. I put the little decoration around the ring here. I put the glue on the wrong side of this one, so I gotta make sure I cut another one for that. But we can move on to our mechanism. So this is what it looks like. You can see that, there we go. And what we can do is let's work the middle score lines on each side of it. So we have both of those sides worked. Then what we can do is fold this piece in half and then just put your bone folder or whatever you have and give it a good work. And then we're going to move it back and forth. And then we're going to do the same thing on our top one up here. And now this little guy, the bottom V on our longer piece, we're going to push it in. And it's going to fold up just like so. Okay. So we should have a triangle. And we want that triangle to be pushing inward. So we should have a valley fold. And then what we can do is turn it to the shorter side of our mechanism, fold it in half, and then work that bottom triangle. And then we have one slant on this side, a little triangle, and let's go ahead and work that. Now we have our piece like this. Let's turn it over. So we now have the smaller tab on our left-hand side. Okay. Then we're going to fold it in half. And when we fold that smaller size in half, we have this triangle there. Okay. So you can see that triangle. And where I put the pencil mark is where we're going to place glue. And then we're going to take our back piece, the longer piece, and then we're going to fold that mechanism in half right on to that triangle where we put glue. So we'll end up having like this L, the sideways L. So let's go ahead and do that. So once you think your piece is dry where we put the glue, you will have this shape here. So if we have it looking like an L in our hands, I want you to turn it so the short piece is going up like so. Then if we take that V score line that's closest to our point right here, we want to push that in. So now you should have a U. Okay. Then once we have our U on each of these pieces here, we're just going to take our triangles and we're going to push that down in, and then we have that little V. And then we're going to do the same thing to this side. We're going to push that up like that, push that triangle in. There you go. And then we should have a piece that looks like this, a little U. Now, if you notice, we have a score line right here, and then we have the back where we glued it that made that line. On each side of that area, that is where we are going to put our glue. Okay. Now, there's two ways this mechanism can work. This is in the closed position in our card. And if you have it up straight like I'm having it, and then we pull the sides, when the card opens, it's going to pull down towards us. But if we turn it around, it's going to pop away from us. For this card, I want it to pop away from us because I think it's going to be more dramatic when somebody opens it up. So what we can do is let's get our piece of paper that we're going to use. There's two just like this in the file. One has a score line, one does not have a score line. The one that doesn't have a score line, I'm going to use on the back of my card for the message area. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one on. So our other piece that looks like this, we can work that center score line. And then once we have it worked, this little piece here will sit in our mechanism like so. Okay. Now on this one, I really didn't center this in my card. And so what ended up happening is it stuck out. And I placed my mechanism pretty close to the top of my card. You can see right there. So, I mean, it's not even, I'm going to say, where this peak comes up, it's not even a quarter inch away from the top of the card. And it's up to you how far you want to put your mechanism. But I want mine pretty close to the top. But before you put your piece on, you might want to put your message that you're going to be using in this. So let's go ahead and do that. So I have put tape on each side of my little triangles there. And then I'm just going to decide where I want my piece to go. For me, I don't want to center it. I think I want it a little bit lower on my card. So you'll just line your score lines up in the score lines of your mechanism here. I'm just making sure when I pull the sides of my mechanism that it's going back. So there we have it. That's what it's looking like. Just my preference. Didn't want to center this piece because I want it to pop more out of the card. So the further you put this piece up to the top, the further it has to be down in your card. So once we have this on, you just need to put it in the score line here and this guy in that score line. And remember, if you're not sure if this is where you really want to place it, use something that's not permanent. So you can see I have it bumped up to my score line there. I'm making sure it's not going outside of my card. It's pretty close, but it's not. It's definitely not going out down here. So if you're satisfied with that, we can put glue where we marked it out on our mechanism, and then we'll just fold that piece over. So let's go ahead and do that. And then once we have that on, we can turn it over, put glue on that section, and then fold our card too. And then we can open it up, and there we have it. And I lay mine a little bit flat and then go back in with a pencil or something and just kind of rub that edge down on our piece. Isn't that looking cute, guys? And it's folding up very nicely in our little tag card. Cute, cute, cute. So what I thought would be neat is to do some stuff outside of our card here that makes it look even more dramatic. And I chose to do mine in the same color as this because it was green and I just thought it would look cute with some more greenery with some white on it, and it kind of looks like snow to me too. So I have some smaller pieces and longer pieces that's in the file, and what I thought we could do is like take this and make it kind of look like a wreath with the greenery up here, and just kind of put it in the center up here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on. So that's what that's like. And then these other pieces we can make shorter, longer, and I figured we can just, put them down and around the card. So I took one of the longer ones and just kind of cut it in half and then glued them together like that. And I'm going to do another one the same way. And then I'm going to take one of the shorter ones and kind of put it in the middle like so. And then I just added some more greenery there. And then I think it's a little bare, so I think I'm going to add another piece, and I just cut, and I think I'm going to add it onto the card like so. So it's kind of going up that way. So there we have that, and then it just shuts up so nicely in our card. Okay, so there we have it. Now I'm going to go finish decorating the rest of my card, and then I'll be back to show you what I came up with. Okay guys, so here is the finished tag pop-up card with message. This is the front, little snowman throwing a snowball. And then we open it up and we have all of this goodness. It says let it snow. And on the squares in the file or rectangles in the file, I just had leftover stickers that I had printed a while back. So I just utilized those on each side with some little snowy scenes here. And then the last thing I added is our charm. I'll put it here so you can see it. There you go. The charm snowflakes. I just used a little piece of twine and then let it hang, as you can see right there. There, well, if I can get it, that they're hanging in the card. So when they open it up, they'll have some snow here. And then, of course, when you close it, it closes right up. And then on the back, we have a place where we can write a message. And then any ribbon, if you want to add ribbon to the ends of your cards to just kind of spruce it up a little. I think we have another little awesome card going on here. Do you guys know why the snowman was looking in the bag of carrots? Because he was picking his nose. Guys, I want to thank you so much for stopping by and crafting with me and being part of the craft table. I really appreciate you guys. Don't forget to stop by next week to see what's popping and dropping. Bye.